You know that feeling when you say yes, but you mean no? When you laugh at a joke that wasn't funny, just to be polite? When you change your opinion to fit in, even when it makes your stomach twist? That moment when you agree to plans you already dread while they're still being explained to you? Yeah, me too. For years, I lived in that space between what I wanted and what I thought others wanted from me. It was exhausting, like performing a one-man show where the script kept changing but no one gave me the updated lines. I'd wake up already tired, already bracing for the day's performances, the agreeable coworker, the chill friend, the low-maintenance partner. But here's the wild part, the part that took me 3 decades to understand. Every time you people please, you're not just saying no to yourself. You're slowly erasing yourself. The more you shrink to make others comfortable, the more you disappear. And one day, you look in the mirror and realize you don't recognize the person staring back. I want to tell you about the day I stopped. Not dramatically, no fireworks or Instagram-worthy declarations. Just a Tuesday afternoon in a Starbucks, when the barista got my order wrong for the 3rd time that month, and instead of saying, "It's fine," like always, I heard myself say, "Actually, I ordered the iced coffee." It was a tiny rebellion, the kind no one would notice but me. But in that moment, something cracked open. If I could advocate for my coffee order, what else had I been swallowing when I should have been speaking up? The truth about people-pleasing is that it's not really about kindness, it's about control. We think if we can just be agreeable enough, flexible enough, undemanding enough, we'll earn love and avoid conflict. But here's what actually happens. 1. The goalposts keep moving. No amount of yeses is ever enough. Say yes to working late, and suddenly you're the go-to for last-minute projects. Laugh at your boss's bad jokes, and you'll be expected to perform that laughter on cue forever. People-pleasing doesn't satisfy people. It trains them to expect more from you. 2. Resentment grows like mold. It starts small. That sigh you suppress when your friend cancels plans, again. The eye roll you swallow when your partner leaves dishes in the sink, again. But resentment doesn't disappear. It metastasizes. And one day, you'll explode over something trivial because you've been quietly imploding for years. 3. You become a stranger to yourself. When was the last time you expressed an opinion without first scanning the room for reactions? How many of your favorite things are actually just things you pretended to like for someone else's approval? People-pleasing isn't just exhausting. It's identity theft, where you're both the victim and the perpetrator. The turning point for me came during a birthday dinner. Not mine, someone else's. I'd spent the day exhausted from work, but went anyway because good friends show up. I smiled through stories I'd heard a dozen times, laughed at jokes that landed flat, nodded along to opinions I disagreed with. And when the check came, I threw in my card like always, despite being the only one who'd ordered just an appetizer and water. That night, I sat in my car and cried for 20 minutes. Not because of the money or the wasted evening, but because I realized no one had forced me to go. No one would have thought less of me for bowing out. The prison was of my own making, and I held the key. So I started small, said no to a co-worker's request to cover their shift, told a friend their constant lateness bothered me, admitted to my book club that I actually hated our current read. The apocalypse I feared never came. Some people adjusted, others faded away. But here's what did happen. I started breathing differently, like I'd been holding my breath for years and finally remembered how to exhale. Decisions became easier because I was only considering one opinion, mine. My time became my own. And the relationships that remained? They felt real for the first time. People-pleasing is a contract you sign with invisible ink. I will make myself smaller so you can be comfortable. But when you stop, something miraculous happens. You discover who actually likes you, not just what you can do for them. There will be fallout. Some will call you selfish. Others will act wounded when you set the most basic boundaries. But that's not about you. It's about their shock at losing control. The right people will adjust. So here's your permission slip. Stop performing. Stop anticipating everyone's needs while neglecting your own. The world won't end. But your life, your real, unfiltered, messy, glorious life, might finally begin. And when you're tempted to shrink again, remember, coffee tastes better when it's actually the one you ordered.